Okay. That sounds about right. Hello. It's Sunday, which is different for me. Isolated capture. That's the one. I'm here. Hey, look, you can see my computer screen. Hey. Weekend's been crazy for me. It was a long weekend and I had some social things to do outside of the internet, which is very unlike me. Normally don't leave my house very much. But we're back. We're here. We're going to do some coding. I've been actually, it's crazy. It's like, normally I stream in the evenings. And like, even though it was a long weekend and I had to do stuff at night, I had like time during the day, so I was actually working. I probably could have streamed, but it would have been like a different time slot. And I don't know, it feels weird, if that makes sense. But today we're going to finish off the animations for the third-person controller. No chat. Oh, I forgot to activate my chat. Give me a second. Social stream. That's the app. I can never remember all this stuff. There's so many things I have to click before I go live, or after I go live, but before I actually start talking. It's like, it's way too complicated. Okay, that should work. And then it's like a whole thing. We go like this, and we click this, and then we go like that. And now it all looks normal. We're here. What's going on, everybody? Test. Let's see if that shows up in the chat screen. I'm assuming it will. Yes, it will. Awesome. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. A lot has changed on the hood. We've got an animation player, we've got an animation tree, and I sort of decided actually the best way to do it is pretty much just copy the third person template that Godot has on their like asset library. That seems to be the best way of control. There's so many different ways that you can use the animation tree. Mr. Forgettable, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. There's so many different ways that you can do a state machine, like an animation state machine with the animation tree. But this one does seem to work best. Daddy Chef, he's back. And so that's what I ended up doing. What it gives us is crossfade, and I don't know, it just works better than the actual state machine. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Probably because of the traveling function. I don't know. Something's weird there. It just doesn't seem to work very well. And the other thing I did was I added IK for the aiming. So we've got our hip IK. If I play that now and I rotate the hip, he will like look up and down, or they will, I don't actually, it doesn't have a gender, whatever. So now if I run this, when I aim, obviously it looks up and down. And yeah, I think it looks really good. Obviously there's still some overlap with the aiming crosshair thing, but that's okay. I think that's fine. The examples I played, it was like happening all the time. So whatever. We could probably do a shader or something. Thick. And yeah, and so, I mean, the animations look a little bit janky, but it's not me. It's just like it's just, what is it? What's the app? Mixamo? It's just Mixamo. That's just what the running looks like. I don't know. But yeah, so we've got the feet that move. Everything transitions pretty well. There's no like jarringness. We can boost and then we can land, and that looks super normal, you know? It's a little bit floaty, but like, I think it's pretty good compared to what I had, you know? That looks strange. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, it's all right. So what I wanted to do is actually have a separate animation for the run. And I was thinking, so right now, obviously, the only thing that turns when we go left and right is the legs, right? But when we're sprinting, I think it would be way better to like have the entire character move depending on the direction that you're So the character would rotate essentially, and then go back to like a pose. I don't know how I'm going to work it. I have an idea. I've seen it been done a bunch of third-person games, and so realistically, you only run when you're pressing forward and any other direction. You can't run. You can't sprint side to side. You'll just like start. I don't know. You'll see what I'm trying to go for. How about the Fortnite sprint? You know what? I need to install Fortnite and actually play it because, I mean, I'm old, guys. I've never played Fortnite. It's just how it is. It's a confession. I played PUBG like crazy back when like, what are they? Battle Royales were going viral, I guess, at that time, like 6 years ago. I played PUBG non-stop every day, but I never played Fortnite. And I might have tried it one time and been like, I don't understand what this is. I'm building? We're gonna build? I just want to shoot people. Also, kid game. It's 30 gigs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it on a work day. I'll be at work on my laptop, and the computer I use to stream will just be downloading it in the background. Something like that. It'll take all day. So I'm going to launch up Blender. I'm going to import the sprinting animation, and then we'll see if we can do something with it. Let's just drag this one over so it covers the entire thing. Okay, so let's open up our project that we've been working on, our test character. We've got a bunch of animations. I've also got like the reload and stuff like that, so we can start to work with those when we start implementing the weapons, which we'll be doing pretty much as soon as we finish this. Probably this next coming week. Ooh, Blender. Hey, Nathan. Hey, welcome to the stream. You look cool and chill. Thank you. Are you going to try to sell me something, Nathan? I'm watching, right? Are you going to try to sell me? Oh, okay. No, you're all right. Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I haven't even got like the Twitch management thing over, not selling it. Okay, cool. I was waiting for it. Twitch is really funny because I have very few viewers on Twitch these days. Actually, it's pretty interesting because when I first started streaming, it seemed to swing the other way, but YouTube sort of picked up a bit more. But yeah, these days it's like whatever. I don't even have my stream monitor on. I should probably fix that. Okay. All right. So we've got to import the. Give me a moment. We've got to import the sprinting animation and then bring that into Godot, and then that way we can start implementing that. I think it's NA. It's your username. It's got a lot of numbers on it. Oh yeah, no, it's all good, Mr. Forgettable. Don't worry about it. USA, UK. I'm Australian, bro. Aussie, mate. Where did I leave that? I don't think I downloaded it, but then I don't think I actually saved it in the right folder. So, oh yeah, here it is. Oh, I got pistol as well. They're random numbers. Okay, I thought it was your phone number or something. I was going to give you a call. How did I meet my wife? Oh, the internet. Before the internet was invented. No, not before the internet was invented. Before internet dating was invented, we met online, which is pretty interesting. That's it was pretty funny because it was like pre-Tinder, and people were like, "Oh, what? You met online?" But I don't, like I said, I don't leave my house, so it's the only way I was ever going to meet a woman. Let's be real. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I like humor, yeah, for sure, but I'll be honest, I think I got less funnier the older I got. I used to be really unhinged when I was younger, but I sort of like simmered down, especially when I got a corporate job. That is the most, yeah, it is, because there's no like meet cute story. It's just like, yeah, she sent me a message on like an app. Yeah, go ahead, NA. You are free to shoot. Mixamo? No, I gotta save this. Yeah, Mixamo. Save it in Mixamo folder. Okay, let's import this. import FBX. No crazy dad lore. No, it's not really. I mean, there's a longer story which probably could be worth telling. If you could choose to see anyone get tickled as a prank, who would it be? I don't know. Tickling's kind of gross. I don't like it. You know, it's one of those things, but let's just pick like a really strong dude, like someone really masculine would be funny to see. Someone like The Rock. Yeah, okay, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah. Like Terry Crews or something. Mix some mode. Jump forward, jump, sprint forward. Here we go. Okay, there we are. So it's a very forward sprint. So I think it's going to look good. Let's grab this guy. And, oh, so many. There we go. Justin Bieber he's quite arrogant and he'll try to act tough. Oh man, no, yeah, he'll be gross because like, I don't know if you've seen the videos of him interacting with his wife. It's really kind of like, it's hard. It's a hard watch. Oh, it's not in place. I need to redo that. I don't like it. No, I'm not ticklish, but it kind of hurts, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. I find it to be pretty painful. Like people poking you in the armpits. Like, what the hell, man? Still logged into Mixamo? Yeah, I am. Cool. So I need to take combat. There's a specific way to get to the sprint. Sprint forward. There we go. And then we just in place, mate. There we go. Overdrive 50, arm space 50. That's probably fine. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, that's downloaded. I think you choose a best mate or my dad. Oh, yeah, but see, it's still like, I don't know, it kind of weirds me out though. I feel like I've got too many memories of like guys trying to tickle girls in high school and it's like kind of sexually assaultively, if you know what I mean. Like it was like they didn't want to be tickled, but the guys were like doing it anyway. Maybe that was just a school that I was in. That's just the feeling it gives me. Let's go with 1. Not open. Yeah, I mean, if that's the only way you... Sorry, I was gonna say something real mean, but no, I won't. I'll hold back on you. Delete character, okay. And we need to import FBX sprint forward 1. Yeah, we need this one to be on 15. Hey. Stop it. That's better. Okay. We have the animation. Delete hierarchy. Click this guy. Make sure it's still the same animation. And then push down. And this will be sprint. That should be fine. So that is different. I'm just like not fully convinced than the run forwards, right? Yeah, that's much more like it. I mean, it says run, but it's like a jog, right? He's still aiming forward, and then this one is like full on, like leaning and swinging, and it's not like you're not in combat, right? So, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I like it. I like it a lot. It means we're going to have to like account for the fact that if we go into a state like that, we shouldn't like allow the player to fire when they're in that state. You need to come out of it first. So, did I have a college girlfriend? Yeah. So, oh man, don't make me like go over my romantic life. It's so bad, man. So like I had a high school girlfriend, I guess, and we were together for a really long time, like 3 years probably. And we were gonna get married, but then we ended up, she ended up cheating on me, boys. And yeah, I felt bad. And I broke up with her after that. But on the bright side, the 2 years following that were like the best of my life. So, she broke my heart, man. Gotta work on my delivery for that. I feel like I brought everyone down. I don't know how I can make it funny though. It's like, yeah, bro, she sucked my best friend's dick. Which is actually what happened, but... movement, no. We want to export. See you later, man. Godot, I want to go. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Maybe I have to start streaming earlier. I need to like work out the times of like my viewers. I have like a little list. I have a thing that can tell me when people are on. Alright, so we are going to Godot. We're going to, I think it's under test projects. Oh, is it under state machine? What's it called? Tutorials, state machine. Player. And then I want to go to model, and that's where I export the test character to. Okay, cool. And then we go back to Godot. Not that Godot, I've got a different Godot open. This Godot. Cool, and we can bring that in, which is going to be good. So this is the right character. See, the thing is with like importing animations into Godot is it's pretty challenging. So what I'm going to try and do is open up this and then save this sprint animation. So we go to save to file, and we're going to go player, model, animations, and we'll just call this sprint. Now, because they're the same, I'm hoping that, and I haven't changed the armature, I should be able to come to this animation player and just add it in. I'm hoping, right? But we'll see. It might not work. Manage animations, and then it wants to load a library, but I think you can just add an animation, right? Animation name can't be. So add animation to library, load animation from file, and add to library, right? Model animations, and then we want to add sprint, right? And then I press OK. Nothing in the debugger. Is the music a bit loud, eh? Turn it down a bit. It's like 50-50 on these songs. If some of them like are really loud and others are like not loud at all. It just depends. Okie dokie. So that I think went through okay. So if we go back to the animations, then if we go to sprint, see, it doesn't pick it up. Turn this off. Oh yeah, no, it looks okay. That looks good. Look at the head turn. Yeah, it looks crazy. Is that just because of this? Yeah, it is. So we might need to disable the IK when we're in this state, I think. So the way that we can do that, or the way I like to do that, is with like the influence or the active. Influence is a little bit more reliable, I think. And so you just bake that into this animation, right? And you can do that because we've saved this animation. We're still going to get this imported scene error. It's fine. So like what we can do is say we're playing IK and it looks weird, right? Because this hip rotation for the Y is specifically for the other animation, right? Like it's rotated this way to match the rotation of the original animation, and that works, and you leave it there, and it's the X that you change, right? It doesn't work for this one because it's like it's leaning differently. And so what we do is we just turn off influence to 0. Now it actually might be a little bit easier to do this via code, since, to be honest, I said it, you could just animate it, but like I'd have to key it in for every single animation. That's kind of annoying. So I'm going to create a function here in our test character. Disable hip IK, or like actually hip IK active, and it's going to take a like active, and it's a bool, and it doesn't return anything, so it's nice and easy. And then all we need to do, because we've got the reason we're doing this, sorry, this is like a really small, so it's probably really hard to read. The reason that we're doing this is so that we can get access to the specific, the hip IK node, and we can just say that it is running. No, that's a check. We want to is running. Returns true. I want start. I want stop. Right. Full force. Starts applying IK, but will only take effect once the next frame. If one time is true. Okay, so I need to pass in start and stop. Why couldn't it just be active? Good lord. Anyway, way to make my life harder, eh? Let's go back to the animation control script. So I can just go, if active, then we want to stop it. No, we're passing whether or not we want it to become active. So if active, then hip IK start, right? Else. I'll probably just go like elif. No, we'll just go else. It's fine. Hip IK dot stop. Right. So that gives us a function to control that we can pass to the player somehow within the. So there's multiple, probably the sprint, right? Sprinting begin on sprinting end. Like we can connect that. That doesn't pass a variable, but it could, right? We could just change this function to on sprinting with a variable called true or false. And then we'd have to refactor things, but then we could use the same signal for everything. Do we think that would be better, right? This method, it would just be sprinting equals sprinting, and then I just need to go like if true, false. Like change this function a little bit. Once again, really hard to read. I'm sorry about that. On sprinting. Active. Oh. Okay. So on sprinting enter state, emit true. And on sprinting end, we just go on sprinting, emit false. And then we come back to this, and now it's not connected to anything. We got to connect it to the camera, so we know the camera needs to change, right? We've already got that covered. We come back down here, and we can essentially just go, okay, so sprinting will just equal sprinting, right? Sprinting will equal active. And then we just go, if sprinting, then we just go on sprint default plus increase is what we're doing here. And then else on sprinting, I guess we could be fancy. We could be like on sprinting default plus sprint increase multiplied by sprinting as a int. I'm pretty sure it's 0 and 1, right? Like if it's true, it's shouldn't be like the inverse. Print sprinting like int sprinting. What does that look like? Oh, the animation player's balked. Lol. I gotta turn the test character. Animation tree needs to turn on. Active. There we go. What else have we got to do? We have to we have to go to this and go to the camera. Yeah. Are we even emitting that anymore? That's the thing I think I forgot. No, okay, we are. Yeah, we're good. And that will do the if sprinting. Yeah, right. It's gonna be a bit balked, but we'll be okay. Oh, and the animations are no longer looping. Whatever. What's the output? If it's true, it's 1, right? That's what I'm getting at here. So we could use that to our advantage. So we could do sprint increase multiplied by int sprinting. Get a little bit tricky with it, you know? Oof. You know, guys, it is so hot. It's been crazy here. It was, so on the weekend, right? It was like, what is it? Like the last day of August. Saturday the 31st was the last day of August. Right, last day of winter, I should say, in Australia. And it was 36 degrees Celsius. It was insane. And today it was 30, which is like unseasonable even for spring. Even September, it's still cold normally. It's been ridiculous. I can't even, it's actually crazy. And like, my office gets pretty hot. I don't know, actually, I'm kind of worried about summer because, like, yeah, I might be sweating. Like, you guys will be watching me stream and I'll just be like dripping down. I'll be like wiping off. I'm going to need to have like a sweatband on my head or something like that. It's going to be crazy. Okay. Well, let's see if it works. And the answer is yes. Okay, cool. So we can work with that. Now let's quickly fix up that animation player. Before we go any further, right. So all of these need to be reset back to looping. I wonder if I could fix that if I go back to the test character, GLB, and these, loop mode, linear, right? Idle. Jump is not linear, right? Jump up, jump. That's not. Run backwards should be, right? Run forwards should be. I don't know what's going on here. Run right. Fix it in the importer and then everything will be better. Throw doesn't need to be. Okay, re-import. And now, pick something that should be looping. It should be looping. Cool. Alright, so let's see if we can get the new animation to play. And we also need to set up a function. Right, we're going to emit a signal from the sprint. Right, so on sprint active, we can just emit that to the test character. And I'm going to leave it, I'm not going to like have it because it can easily just like hook into this. I think I'm just going to make it like more clear that we're just going to call this. I'm going to pass on the active. Right. And the OK should start and stop based off that then. And the other thing that we need to do is set up our, there's so much work with animations, man. This is why I never do animations in any of my videos, because it is a ton of work. Okay, so we are needing to go to dude, I can't even remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Animation tree, right? We've got all these states. We need to add a state, essentially. So we can't, what we need to do is go resource, no. Unstate, run blend. I forget how to do this, root motion. I think if I click this, yeah, here we go. I can add an element. And that element will be sprint. And that's everything. We don't want auto advance and we don't want to break loop at end. I don't even know really what that would do, but we don't need to worry about it. So now we've got that. We can just go back to idle. Print. Oh, it has nothing added to it. We add an animation. Add sprint, call it sprint, just in case we need to get to it for anything. Dude. Sprint. Let's do it lowercase here. Sprint. Alright. And so now it's there. Right. Transition. The other way that we could do it potentially is have it blend with the run. But hey Ozair, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so we could also have it blend with this. Maybe. That might actually work better than being a state, because what would it look like? Blend to. I add these two in, and then add this in, and then change the state to run. It's not working. Is it because there's nothing in that one? It's just like cranky at me? Yes, that is the answer. Like, because then there's like a gradual increase, so you can sort of like get those arms swinging, and the crossfade might be better for the... I mean, there's still crossfade here. This is also more complicated, considering. What I want to look at is what this looks like with the strafing into sprint. Honestly, pretty good. Right? But I do have to lerp that myself, which is kind of annoying. I could do it with a tween. And then I would have control over how fast it lerps rather than having to rely on the 0.2 second crossfade. I'm sure it would be fine if I made it a separate state. Let's also do that and just see which one we like more. So I have to set this up as sprint. I recently learned that we can retarget the armature to your character when you import an FBX file. Do you have documentation on that? Because I would really like to know more about it. That would be awesome. We just add sprint. I suppose I could just... Anyway, doesn't matter. Sprint 2. Sprint. Just add that in there. Alright, let's see. We'll start with this one. See how it looks on screen. I suppose I can do that with this, right? So it's run and then I go sprint. Honestly, it's fine, right? Like, the difference between the two is like very, very small. I guess the difference being that I can control this one. If I want to make it really fast, I can. Or if I wanted to make it like really slow, I can also do that. So I don't know. I could probably also like have control over the crossfade time individually. I'm sure. What does it say here? Allow transitions to self. No, that's not, we don't want that. Anyway. Okay, so let's just do this one for now. Yeah, that's way simpler. Okay. So we go back to the sprint script. And what we want to do is for the enter on sprinting emit true. And then actually, we want to change our, what's it called? We want to transition, I believe is the right word. Animation tree transition request. Go with this one. Sprint and on enter, right? Obviously change this to sprint. So, oh, oh, that's so crazy. Now, it has to be the opposite. come back to test character. And this actually needs to be the inverse, right? If we're sprinting, we want to stop. I suppose I could like, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's pretty good, but there is a lot of snapping, right? Probably not the best transition, but like, you know, I think pretty good. So what happens if we... Oh my gosh, it just is like that by default. That's actually awesome. What happens if we go sideways? Okay, that's an issue. So, we only want one kind of input, I think. I need to test. That's the other thing. So like, what I want is it to always be facing forward. And if we want to turn around like this, we have to like either turn this way or like, we're gonna have to rotate the character based on the inputs, I think. And also the mouse, it's gonna be messy. This is actually gonna be pretty challenging and I might need to just restrict things. It's not bad, the animations are goofy. Yeah, it's not, to be honest, like I think if most people like replace the character, the default character with something like, if this was in a game, people would be like, they wouldn't notice it. Unless they were specifically trying to critique it. You'd just be like, all right, that's just how it looks. You're not paying that much attention to it. Okay. So, we need to think about a couple of things. Number one, what's the camera do if we're aiming and we go to sprint? It should come all the way back, but it doesn't. Okay, so we can get rid of these two functions here. And realistically, we have default FOV. Now, what do we do on aim? When we enter aim, we have got like a FOV, aim FOV. And for this one, we go on sprint and we set the camera FOV. You know what it is? It's the spring arm length, because I'm also changing the spring arm length. So if what I can include is basically the spring arm exit. We could just call exit aiming, right? Call exit aiming as well on sprint. Easy. Coding is so easy, guys. That works. Yeah, it's fine. Ugh, itchy shoulders for some reason. I think I got a little bit sunburnt. Alright. Cool, okay, that works. That looks fine. So, turning. How do we do it? What do we do? So the way it works normally is that the camera actually rotates the player. The camera system does, right? So, let's delete this while we're here. Under input, camera look. Character, rotate object local. Do I need to? I am storing a sprinting variable, aren't I? Where is it? Exit ADS, get ADS, camera system. Oh, this is camera system test. All right, fine. Can we delete that? Can I delete it from here? Close. I don't think I can. Player, camera system test. Delete. I'm considering putting a state machine on the camera because I'm thinking like maybe it could be multiple states. Like, you know, you've got your overhead state, sprinting state, and like the other states. Something that I know is going to be a challenge here is making sure that the rotation of the camera behaves correctly. So right now, what I can do is if sprinting, character rotate object local. I might need to like fire up Mass Effect to see how it behaves, because I don't know. First rotate in the Y. You know what? I think these could be in either. Commenting on my comments, I think these could be in either order because we're rotating different things. Either way, if we're sprinting, don't rotate the character because the directional buttons will do it. But in fact, if we're sprinting, don't even add the movement to the camera rotation, because we don't want to actually change that number, because if we do, we have to reset it, and that's super annoying. And that's just me. I need to like check some stuff. Like how does Fortnite look when you sprint? I don't know, because like I said before, I've never played Fortnite. Do you think that's what people compare it to? Because I've been playing Mass Effect as a reference, because that's like what I came up on. As far as like single player FPS, a single player third person shooter goes. You know what I'm saying? For best time, get Toshi, get banned. So maybe I check that. Do I have a save? That's the question. Where I'm in combat. I just want to have a look and see how the behavior is. EA? I need to restart the EA app. Okay, makes sense. Oh, it's got to download an update. So annoying. 0%. Oh, it's disappeared. Where'd it go? Maybe I just have to play Mass Effect 1. I don't even know if you can sprint in that one. Okay, let's give it a go. I guess pause the music. Bring this over here so we can all see what's happening. This is my janky setup, so I don't have to change the layout. It makes so much sense. Communicating. Last time we checked this on stream, it took so long to get into this section. Like, just connecting to the EA servers. I don't know where they're on the moon or something. They take fucking ages. Thank you. So if I load, do I have a checking Citadel, restart mission, autosave mods? Okay, cool. So I can go here and that's a combat variant and just check what sprinting feels like. Oh, wait, it's right on this section? This is like right at the end. Journal? Can I restart the mission? So annoying. Options. That's really annoying. Restart mission, Citadel. I can't save, I can't load. Alright, screw it. Let's just check on Mass Effect 1 and see if it has similar mechanics. I downloaded that the other day to check these things exactly. I wish that was my game. Dude, could you imagine? I would be like... That feels really loud. Was it Shift Windows left? How do you change the monitor that a game shows up on? I guess I can just drag it across. You guys aren't going to be able to see as much. Hang on a second. Make the chat transparent. Okay. Let's see if we can get to some combat so I can see this. I think I have to go through some text because we're in RP mode. Oh look, when you sprint it like goes to the left. The camera still rotates the player at the end of the day. So I guess we still want the camera to rotate the player and not... We still need to turn the character. I'm just realizing that no matter what, because of what I'm trying to do, like I want it to be forward facing, kind of like this, but like running. I think I have to talk to this guy, Navigator Presley. No, my mission's at the back. I have to go talk to Captain Anderson. That door's not working. Dude, the camera's not so great in this game. I think I've got a better one already. Wait, how do I get through? At the back here? Yes, Nihilus. This game's so old now. I'm just realizing it. Procedure, the character only rotates when you're moving and moves the directional inputs. Where's Captain Anderson, bitch? It's probably really quiet for you guys, eh?
I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
This guy's an asshole,
I'm a
by the way.
Marine,
That's
not
why I'm
some
being mean
tourist
to him.
on vacation.
It's more than just a tourist destination, isn't it, Shepard? Eden Prime is a symbol of your people. A perfect little world on the edges of your territory.
This game is
Proof
like
that
about
humanity can
racism
not only
really at the end of the
establish
day.
colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place.
Man, this game's so
Is the
good.
Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Prothean artifact.
What else can you tell me?
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Man, get out of here, Nihilus.
We can handle this on our own.
Unless something goes wrong.
There's more, Shepard. Nihilus isn't just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel
Of course
Council.
we do.
The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority.
Typical
If they accept a
humans.
human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent.
I have plot
That's why
armor.
I put your
It's
name
my
forward
secret.
as a candidate for the Spectres.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Let's go.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
I hate Ashley so much as a character.
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't. Get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
And you're dead. Is it a Reaper? No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I forgot how this game goes.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
They were like, what the fuck is that?
Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
Let's do
Tell
it.
Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
The hand of God.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Dude,
Your
us.
team's the muscle in this operation, Commander.
What the fuck?
Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Asshole.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Let's see what the controls are like here. Okay, so it's still actually pretty interesting, like, as far as... So this is essentially what I'm emulating, right? And when you sprint...
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere.
Okay, yeah, and then it turns the entire player, right? And so the camera, so right now I'm pressing shift and turn, and the entire camera is shifting and I'm sprinting forward, rather than having the camera hold when I press sideways now and just panning like a strafe. Not that this is a very good system because it doesn't look that great, but I mean, it is a game from 2007. But like, I just wanted to check that what I'm thinking to do actually makes sense. So diagonal forward, slight rotation. Can we sprint backwards? No. And so that's the other thing to remember. Q to holster the weapon, and that centers the camera and we go back to RP mode. Which is like, whatever. I actually don't know where to go. I think we get to fight some stuff and then there's like more RP, so probably just like good to save. Do new save just in case I want to come back here like the last game. I'm in flipping Citadel and I want to shoot some stuff. This game's old, but it's still good. I must have played it like 3 times, at least. See you later, Jenkins. We're fighting Geth in this game, right? That's pretty cool. Maybe I should try to do some cover stuff. You have gained a level. Oh, it's like an RPG. Soldier Charm? Let's go Charm, like immediately. Full Charm and Intimidate. Okay. I'm just gonna be the most meanest. See you later, Jenkins. Is that a World of Warcraft reference, do you think? Anyway, let's get out of here before I get too distracted playing this game. We're trying to do some. Okay, so we know what we're thinking to do in terms of emulating a game. We are making a game after all. So the challenge is when we are sprinting, we want to rotate. See, I'm not a huge fan of like rotating the camera while you're moving, but at the same time, maybe we like lower the turn speed so that you can't turn as fast when you're in sprint mode. That's easy enough to do. It's the camera stuff that's kind of hard because right now we know that when we're sprinting, right, we have a boolean for that. So we can just go like if sprinting, right? Then we don't want to rotate the character. We instead rotate the camera, right? That's bad. We shouldn't do that. Let's see how it looks. I feel like this is not going to work. This might take a few guys. Else, character rotate object, right? No, we need to do both. Right, so right now everything rotates. Oh, you know what? Yeah, well, it looks super weird. That's not what we want to do. Never mind that. It looks like there's two chats. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you for pointing that out. I forgot to switch back to the old layout, the non-gaming layout. Okay, so the reason for that is that the chat is actually just right behind this panel. You guys can't see it, but it's the one I look at when you guys are writing me. So we want to pin the camera. Small criticism, but easing seems to be quick between the animations. Yeah, it's true. And also, like, what I think it is, see this arm? Like, he raises the arm back up. And I think that's like the syncing or something like that. Like, the arm is down here and then he goes back up. But it starts from like a really low position where his arm isn't already. Like, it doesn't go from where it is to where it should be. I don't know. I think that's the part that looks weird. Like, this arm going up and down looks weird. But that's actually a part of the easing. If I made it slower, make it like 0.5, there's a certain point where it starts to look real floaty. Having a keyframe of the animations have the same bone positions for the arms, probably too complicated. I'm not doing nothing in Blender. And that's mainly because if I do that, like, I don't know, I don't like want to get into Blender for a YouTube tutorial series. Well, I mean, I'm going to have to a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. So what about if I go to the animation tree? Because to me, when I was looking at it this morning, I was thinking the same thing, and I was blaming that as the transition, right? So this it's slower, right? But then the start, like if you're looking down, you sort of slide a bit first before you get into it. I don't know. And now the camera's like messed up. I need to fix that. Camera system. Let's just delete that. So what is it that I'm looking to do? I'm looking to rotate. Like when you know what it is? When there's direction. When you're in the sprint, we need to call this function to rotate everything. Yeah? Yeah. So camera rotation X, right? That's what we need to be like targeting. We can actually call this function, right? We could create a signal. we could create a signal probably in motion for the input and have it also rotate everything. Probably. Direction. Update direction. And it'll be dir. It'll be a vector 2. Set direction, right? Okay, so we got the blend. I don't even know if that, oh yeah, we do need to do that, okay. And we also update. So then we can go, update direction, dot emit, and then we pass in the direction blend. But, okay, cool. So then what we can do is go to go to the player, and then under movement states, sprint, node, we've got update direction. We go here and update sprint duration. I forgot what that signal's for. Anyway, update direction, and we can connect that to the camera now. I double click it. Come back in here. And now we can call this camera look function with that. So what we can do is just go camera look. It wants a vector 2. I'm not going to pass it everything because like that'll rotate the camera in more ways than I want it to. But we do need to give it the X coordinate, right? Camera rotation.x. So we can go vector 2, and then we can go from, right, like dir.x, and then y is 0. Let's see how that. And I just realized I'm emitting that. I'm emitting that only during sprint, right? Oh, wow. Holy shit. It's a bit much. And it also always turns you unless you're like facing the right way, right? Oh, that almost like worked good. Sprint. We need to like do even more easing on it. I thought it was like eased, but it's like you really need to ease. Now the easing on that is for the sprint, for the running, like for strafing. So the reason that there's like even easing there to begin with is for this, so that we can get like the strafing right. So that the feet move like in a clockwise, or it doesn't really work at the back, but like you get the point. That's what that signal, well, that's what that variable that we're using does. It seems to work pretty well for that, but it does not work well for sprint. It's just a little bit too powerful. So what if we just divide that by like a number? Just make it smaller. We could take a quarter of that power. We still need to take way more. Okay. Divisible by 10. It's got to be pretty small after that. It's still too much. Look at stream emojis. Stream emojis? Also, there's no music. It's very quiet. I just realized. What stream emojis? I can't see them. That's really loud, sorry. Let's bring that down just a little bit. Look at stream emojis. Okay. Damon? Which one? Live stream? Oh, they're like little laughies. Little smiley faces. doesn't show up on. It doesn't show for me. Hey, Sam. Your full name is in chat. I don't know if you want that. What's happening, dude? We're making a game. I don't know what we're doing. Actually, I'm trying to update the movement so that the camera turns. What's going on, man? Haven't spoken to you in ages. 40. Let's just go 30. Let's make it a really big number. Same old, yeah. Okay, so now when we sprint, okay, it still feels so wrong. I don't think this is right. I think I'm gonna have to take like a different approach. Now it feels like, you know what? Like maybe we just turn the character. God damn. What is it? Something is off with that. You know what? It's like the movement. It's like you're going in a certain vector, right? In a direction, but like the character is not turning fast enough, if that makes sense. So it's about balancing that. I wonder how I can do that. I think we just turn the player, right? Like rather than like rotate the character. We could do that. Like that actually works. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of rotating the camera to rotate the character, I need to make the sprint speed longer because it's hard to test. Movement starts. Sprint duration. Let's make it 5 seconds. Yeah, it's like weird, right? It also feels like that. Did that translate? Should be way longer. I should be able to run across the room. It didn't come through. Hello? What else is wrong here? Let's go back to this. Sprint duration goes to 0. And then in the idle state, if I go to motion, no, on ground, replenish sprint duration, right? I'm finding bugs on bugs here. $10 seconds. Why doesn't it feel that long? I don't like it. Go to sprint. I mean, it's better we find the bug now. Calculate velocity, calculate gravity. Hang on a second. Sprint duration. Where are we getting that variable from? It's not here. Sprint duration float. Get set. Where does it get set? Whoa. It never gets set. How the heck does this work, guys? On sprint event in the enter, I don't set it. I'm calling replenish all the time, so I'm moving forward. So basically it should start at 0. This is the variable that I'm really interested in, not movement, yada yada yada, sprint duration. Aha, there we go. Okay, so it's going up. Let's see how it gets. It starts at 0, that's the thing. That is the issue that I was having, I think. Okay. And now I can run a long time. And the turning is like so wonky. Like it's so bad if you do like arrow turning. This is not it. Oh, that was bad. You know what? It's not clamped. I'm continuously calling the function, but realistically, I only want to update the number. Like, I just want to call it whenever there's input. So I'm probably barking up the wrong tree when it comes to where I'm sending that information out, where I'm updating the direction, I'm updating that direction every frame, right? So potentially I shouldn't do that. I can update it anytime I input, which would work better. But I'd need to still set up some easing so that it's not instantaneous. You know what I'm saying? And then it's also in radians, so like, actually I don't know. It'd be a lot easier just to turn the model of the character. But then we got to turn it back. That's like the challenge, right? When to turn and how much. I don't know. So I guess direction blend is a global variable. So we could just update that. Man, I'm a bit torn, eh? We do just need to update the input every time we do it, right? So if we go to sprint, we actually have like a state input here. So we're checking to see if we release the sprint button. Here, we can actually go like on sprinting, no. Direction, what's the update directions, the name of the signal? Update direction dot emit, and we can still use direction blend. Probably direction is better. We don't really need the easing. And so if we do that, and then we go back to motion, I deleted that other emission, right? Yeah, I did. Things should look a lot better automatically. Let's check there. Node. Update direction. Yeah, okay, that's still there. I should maybe start with full sprint rather than make it... When it's 2 seconds, it doesn't matter, I guess. Okay. Of course, because I've like dampened it down to like such a level that it's like ridiculous, divided by 20. Oh, I'm getting errors. State input error calling signal update direction to callable node 3D camera. Hey, it's Joey T. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Okay. So, oh, what is this? I can't see this. Copy error. I have to put the notepad, it's too long. Yep. Error calling signal update direction to callable on sprint cannot convert argument 1 from vector 3 to vector 2. How long have I been programming? Probably since 2018, but I've been doing it seriously since 2020. Like during the COVID year, I should say, I had like a day off from work and I just spent it all day, every day. Not all day, every day. That day that I had off from work, because I was down to 4 days, was... I just realized you guys can't see all this. I spent programming in Godot, in Python, in Golang. I did so much. I'm not even a programmer by trade, but like I just became obsessed with it in 2020. I'd been trying a really long time to learn, and it just clicked for me after those 2 years. And to be honest, I'd been like attempting to learn for a much longer time, but like I'd been seriously trying to learn since 2018. Prior to that, I'd sort of just been poking around occasionally and not really getting anywhere. Okay, so we're not emitting the right type. that is the answer too, because the direction is a vector 3. Argument 1 from vector 3 to vector 2. So why would direction be a vector 3? What the heck, man? What kind of programming is this? Why would I do that? Direction. It's a vector 3. Why is it a vector 3? I'm literally converting it to a vector 2. Is it? What? What? Is there like a reason that I'm doing this? Doesn't make any sense. Why would... I'm actually dumbfounded right now. Getting into it, and I got a few books, and I have a laptop, and I want to use it to play around with coding and programming. Yeah, I mean, it's the best. Like, you have to really commit to learning it. And what I would recommend is once you find something that helps you, like, hold on to that, you know? Because, like, for me, it was making games. That was the thing that, like, really clicked for me. But, like, all the other stuff that I've done, like website design and, like, programming apps in Python with, like using UI libraries and stuff like that, just it never clicked for me. But then I started learning how to make games, and it helped a lot. It helped motivate me a lot to sort of like stay and continue to learn programming, because a lot of those other things is like, man, you learn how to use like make a weather app with Python. It's like, what's the point? You know, that's how I felt with it. I didn't, the rate, like the return on time investment felt really low. But with making a game, it feels much higher. I get to see stuff get updated on the screen as I go. And I can interact with it, which is really nice. Okay, so do you have any websites that would be good to work with? I don't really, I mean, I just use YouTube tutorials. Unfortunately, I'm not as good as Thor. I don't have Pirate Software. I don't have like a website set up. Maybe I should just link his, because his is so good that you should just use that. Oh goodness. But yeah, just I mean, you got the books, man. Or if on YouTube, if you want to like actually learn something, just go there. Have a goal. That's what I would recommend. Pick out something that you want to try, whether that is making a weather applet on your computer in Python, or you want to try and make a game, or you want to try and make a website. Like, have that be your goal, and then look for resources that can help you achieve that goal, whether it's like things on YouTube or books or like courses that you don't necessarily have to pay money for, but if you want to, you can. Those kind of things, they're all acceptable ways of getting it, but definitely have a goal. Don't just look up like how to code, because like not having that goal in mind is what kills a lot of the motivation. Okay, so why is direction a vector 3? I wouldn't mind the link, the video, and thank you for sharing with me. I don't know what I can link you, bro. What do you want to do? Do you want to make games? Do you want to make a website or something like that? I don't have any resources on me at the moment. I just like, go watch Pirate Software. I think he's playing WoW at the moment. Which is pretty funny, now that I think about it. Can you make a playlist for these devlogs? Oh, you know what? I mean, I would like to like turn all of this live streaming into like a devlog, but it's like, it's time. It's time. Time is killing me. Oh, if you want to make a game, what I recommend to most people is check out probably, there's a couple of guys, I would recommend you use my videos because they're targeted at more experienced Godot devs. You probably need to have like a couple of projects down before you jump into what we're doing. But like just a Heartbeast tutorial would be fine, right? You make like a little 2D game. Heartbeast. Godot. Right? That's who I learned off. And I'll always recommend him over other people. RPG pressure. Heartbeast. Make a game before the end of the Godot. He just posted the video like that? That's so cool. Literally. I haven't watched it, but I will share it in the Twitch chat. There you go. This guy's the best. He taught me how to make stuff. And he covers the beginner level. He is actually an educator, a qualified one. I am not. I'm just a guy who likes to make videos on YouTube. And often gets things wrong. Like turning the direction into a vector 3. I'm hoping for some obvious answer. Why is this a vector 3? Because I need to multiply. See, even here, I'm converting the input dir, which is a vector 2 direction, into vector 3 because I need to multiply it by the speed because velocity needs to be a vector 3. Is that why? Right? Because I'm using move towards, which is, see, this all of this is kind of like flawed. This direction doesn't need to be a vector 3 because even though I am multiplying it to get the velocity, which does need to be a vector 3, I'm splitting it out into its individual coordinates because I'm using move towards, which needs to work with floats. So like, this whole thing is wrong. This is all wrong. Like, why is it like this? It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, this direction variable does need to be a vector 3. I mean, does it though? On a transform basis, I could, because I'm multiplying it by the basis, is that the answer? It's a vector 3 because I am multiplying it by the basis, and the basis would be a vector 3. Is a vector 3? This has to be the answer here. This is why it needs to be a vector 3. So, I mean, this is like an internal variable, right? But like at the end of the day, this single line of code, I don't need to make a function for it. If I just go to sprint and I just emit this, just delete all this. Like, enough. Wait for the sprint to come up. Still doesn't, it's no good, it's no good, it's no good. I don't like this. It's not working. Stop. Right. So now we have this. We can still work with this. I'm determined to make something work before the end of the stream. So we're gonna make this work. Right now we are just calling camera look, which is like no good. We need to have, shit. Can we just do it all in this script? Like, does it need to be like emitted by the sprint? We already know when we're sprinting, so we can just have like something in the input here where we're polling to get this exact same thing. Right? So what we can do is basically new approach. See how we're like multiplying this by the basis? Surely we could do the same exact thing there. And then we get like a direction that it needs to be, like a 45-degree angle from the, like literally this. And then just like rotate the camera in that direction. Right? But like we do some easing, kind of like this. Direction blend, input the, right, this is not right because it's always going to be like continuously changing. This will not. Yeah? It's always going to be, see if we rotate the player that would change though. We rotate the camera, that will change. We're not going to rotate the camera, are we? Did I? Oh yeah, I did decide I'm going to do that. Fuck. I'm all over the shop with this. Probably because it's new. Alright. Owner the transform basis. Something like this. Is that the problem I'm having? Because I'm rotating the camera, it's changing. So we get that input, right? And even if it was here, like let's just, rather than have this come out, like we don't need to go through the state machine to get this information. We already know that we're sprinting. So let's just like comment this out for a second. And in the camera, under the input, we'll make a new function. We can just have it be this. Why not? Let's just disconnect it. On sprint, it takes a direction. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll do something with it, right? Just print it for now. So under the input, we're going to go if event, I forget even how to do it. Jesus Christ. Get input dot get vector, right? What is everything broken all of a sudden? Cannot resolve class on ground? What's wrong? Can. Guys, I'm losing the plot. I'm losing the plot. This is more of a process thing, right? We're polling the direction. Right? Process? We have that somewhere here. Or did I delete it? I'm losing it. I guess not. We don't need to put it in physics process. We can just put it in process. Doesn't matter. I don't think. And then we can go if sprinting, then input get vector, so we can save this. Make a video on how to make a lobby and a dedicated server for a multiplayer game in Godot. I will not be doing that because I don't know nothing about networking at all. You don't want me to do that. It would be wrong and not helpful. There's tons of videos on that. You don't need another one, right? People make... I've never made an online game and I don't know networking, unfortunately. var input the equals, and this needs to be a vector too, right? Then var direction, which is a vector 3, is equal to, I suppose it could technically still be a vector 2, right? I really just want it to be a vector 2. Anyway, let's go back to motion. I'm stealing this function. I'm going to change it. So I can't be bothered typing it out. And I don't know why it's letting me do this, because it's actually not a vector 2. Well, you need a server, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've done it one time and it sucked. And then I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, this is not fun. I don't like it. Why would I want to make an online game? Why is this allowed? It's like grayed out. It's like not actually going to work. So let's just make it a vector 3 because I'm lazy. Right? We'd be lazy like that. I guess you would just take the individual. I don't know. Frick it. Who cares? Let's go with the direction. So now that we know that, you can print it out, I guess. Like, what does that look like? It's not owner transform. We don't need to do that. We have to go character transform basis, right? Got too many printouts. So we know it, and now we can. Hang on a second. Sprint. On ground. Delete that, and then make this equal to movement stats duration. Give it a ready function. It doesn't have a ready. It can't work that way. Can it? Sprint duration equals movement stats sprint duration? I actually don't know. I guess I'm about to find out, right? Oh yeah, that works. So that changes. If we rotated the camera, that would change, right? I feel like I'm missing something really obvious here. I don't know. Maybe I literally just want to get like the input direction. Like I don't need to think that deeply about it. And like that doesn't change no matter what I do. Dude, that looked really weird. Why does that look so weird? It's because we're not rotating the player. So I'm just like, I feel like it looked strange. Anyway, let's focus. Yeah, we don't actually need this basis bullshit. That's, I think, the problem I'm getting caught up on. Like, we take this vector here, and we turn the character by that much, right? Like, just one time. But not continuously. Or continuously, I don't know. Because then how is that any different from what I was doing down here? Like on update direction and then print dir. I'm not doing anything with that anymore. I guess I could just call camera look, right? What's it called? Camera look, mouse event. Multiply by sensitivity. That'd be pretty funny. What does that look like? This is literally how I make my tutorials. I'm just in here like... very, very slow. My bad, guys. It really just needs to be a vector 2. And then 0. We don't actually want to pass in. Oh, you know what? Oh, I need dot length, right? Expected closing after. It's not just the X. I want the length. Returns the length or magnitude of this vector. No, I don't. Never mind. I literally, I'm so fucking lost right now. That's so funny. I don't want that. I literally don't care about up and down. I just need left and right. What does get vector actually do? Getting tilted by this. Get vector. X, negative Y, positive Y. I mean, I guess it requires, gets an input by 4 actions. Is useful. I think there's another function by default. The dead zone is automatically calculated. There's another function like get magnitude or something like that between 2, or I could just subtract them, to be honest. Get gravity, get connected, get axis, get action strength, get axis, negative action, positive action. That's what it is. Yeah, that's the function I need, right? God. Get access. Input to specify this. This can be a float. Turn access. Right, and then this gets passed into this. Now this is actually going to be pretty, it's a lot, but we're just turning the character. That actually seems right. And then what happens if we multiply this by something like mouse sensitivity? We probably just need to create a variable like turn rate, because that's like way too slow. I don't even think he's turning. That's how sensitive the mouse is. I feel like I need to, whatever the turn rate is, needs to be translated to the amount that the player actually turns in any direction. That's what we're getting here. That's why it feels wrong to do this. Like, this is kind of like, I'm on the right path, but the issue is, the reason it feels wrong, it feels okay when you're sprinting that fast. Like, this turn rate is maybe a little bit too much, but like, it actually matches up with the direction that you're going. You make it too little, then it feels wrong because the character's moving. This is getting there. What number feels right? 3? So I would rather go with a smaller turn rate, probably 0.02, and then also limit the amount, the actual like movement, like the speed at which you go in that direction gets pushed in. And I can probably control that. Goose fat rated there. Dude, that's so loud. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. And Chaos Scam gave me a follow. Let's ban Chaos Scam before they write anything. Thank you, Goose Fat. I didn't know you were streaming. Welcome, welcome. Hey. Okay, so that is probably it, right? Welcome. I think I know what. Man, this is getting complicated. I've even set my Discord, sent my link on Discord, and you didn't realize I was screaming. You know what? I think I did see that. Oh man, I was having dinner actually. I probably missed that. Sorry about that. Doo. Oh well. Okay, so direction blend.x. This is the input here. How can we manipulate this? So in Sprint, we could probably just dampen it. The question is like, what does that look like? So if I go like var turn rate, right? It's a float, and I make it equal to like what was it, 0.02? It's not gonna need. It's gonna be like a different number. I don't like this already. I don't like it at all. Anyway, turn axis, turn rate. And then when we calculate velocity, we need to pass in a direction. But what we can do is right here, we can go direction.x equals direction.x multiplied by the turn rate, right? That will reduce its magnitude. What will that look like? Because right now this is like, you walk and it's like a 45 degree. Oh. We no longer go anywhere. Dark mode. Goose, what are you saying? Are you a savage? Dark mode. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know who could use light mode personally. It's just like, once you go dark mode, you don't ever go back, right? It's just so much better in everything. And oh, this entire time, I just realized that I'm like, hey, wait, what the heck? I don't have a top bar. Hang on a second. It's broke. I thought we'd be done with this today. I guess I made it more complicated than I wanted it to be. We'll be done, and then I want to move on to the weapons, and that's actually going to be pretty tricky because I want to try and like get a weapon inside the hands of the player rather than trying to set a different animation for every single weapon like I did with the FPS one. All was always dog, doc, screw you, speech to text. What if a character has nothing in their hands? What if the character has nothing in their hands? Yeah, that's a good question. Isaiah, I don't know. We can, like, it's one of those things where I'm kind of like tossing up what to do with the whole like holster the weapon versus not holster the weapon. Obviously, we've got a function that allows us to move the camera back to the center. But like, that's what I'm thinking about a state machine, because like maybe there needs to be like a camera state machine that controls like whether you're in a combat mode or whether you're in like a investigation mode or whatever. Like just camera's behind your head and you can sort of do the turn rate thing that most people do. And then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, where's Godot? Why isn't it working? What's going on? Goose, I played your game and I don't know is the only answer I could give you on that. Like, I walk into the room and I click the squares on the screen and they spawn boxes and I don't know what to do with those boxes. And then I went around to the back of the pink building and I clicked the square and it teleported me into a room with weapons. And when I right click, the weapons shoot. And there was a goose gun and I was able to pick up the goose gun and it also shot. Why don't I show everybody what I'm talking about? It was a very surreal experience. That's all I can say. Where'd you put it? Promote yourself. Here we go. This is Goosey's game. Pushing on the boxes and then you can grab them. Alright. So you press E. Okay. How do I activate these again? Oh yeah, you click them and then the box is on me. And now you press E. Oh, and you can pick it up. But it's so big. And then what's the point? Like... Oh. I see what you've done here. I see that. And then also, like, I was kind of a bit concerned about the texture of this building. Like, what is it that this is supposed to be? It's a bit sus, man. And this is the secret one, right? And we go to this room where all the bullets are shooting at all the same times, except the goose gun is moving. And if I press E, I can pick it up and I can shoot. And, oh, there's the box. I don't know. Anyway, it's a very surreal experience. I'll give you that much. All right. So we were dealing with the turning rate, right? So I don't know what I'm doing. I think we've all established that. It's a rocket. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So motion. Sprint. We can't, because that controls the speed. I don't like that at all. Where are we going to put this turn rate? What are we going to do? Can't be here. It actually needs to be in the browser. The mouse more slowly gets faster every time I update it. Interesting. That is a strange one. I should go this way like that, and then this way like that. Okay. Okay, so we're still having trouble here. Turn rate, set direction. So realistically, we want to multiply input dir by the turn rate. But we only want to do that when we're not on edge. Okay. In the browser. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird bug. It's probably a Unity thing. I don't know. I don't use Unity. So what I'm thinking is the problem with this function is that we need to manipulate like the left and the right. But we don't want to. The reason for that is because the direction is multiplied by the speed. So if I reduce the direction too much, the speed is going to be affected. But if I create an input, if I manipulate the input vector, then that won't be reduced, right? So if I introduce a turn rate variable here, then we will be able to like manipulate that to float, and it's equal to 1, right? Or should it be a vector 2 and then multiply the turn rate by the input der? Turn rate. I don't know how to access them. Should be a vector 2, right? And it is by default equal to vector 2 1 1. So I don't have to put that in every single one. And then what I do here is I multiply the input vector by the turn rate. And now in the sprint, I can set the direction and then I can introduce the turn rate. So I can go vector 2, it doesn't need to be a vector 2, of turn rate and 1. Right. Forwards is always Y. Right? And the left and right is X. I don't know if that worked. I need to draw a line. Like that's 45 degrees and this is like not 45 degrees. It's definitely not. It's still 45 degrees. Okay, I think I'm close. Go back to motion. Can I print this out? What does this look like now? Print input. I should be able to see a change when I go between states. Like that is 7.7. 7.7. Yeah, it does change. Okay. I still feel like he turns a fair bit. Should just be 0? Should it just be 0? Is that what actually I'm discovering? The turn rate on the sprint should be 0 because we want the camera to do all the directional turning. Am I just like that dumb that I didn't realize that? Like the turn rate, so this should just be like vector. Do we even need a variable for this? It's so dumb. And then like this should be 0 and 1, right? So it's just forward. So this is what it looks like when you're going forward, and when you're sprinting. Oh my god, I'm so guy. I can't believe that. That was the answer this entire time. Just don't take into account turning on the character and just turn the camera. Oh my god. Okay, so but what about we can still turn with the camera. So I should probably disable that while we're sprinting. And I don't know what that's going to look like. Oh, you got a break, did you? Why is the camera system so big? Exit aiming. Where is the process? I'm assuming I've got this here. Camera look, right? Turn access. I'm calling that function. And what I want to do here is go if sprinting. Well, you can't turn with the mouse anymore, so sprinting, return. Which is making me feel like we need to have a state machine for the camera because it's getting kind of crazy. So now you can no longer turn with the mouse when you're sprinting. And instead, you turn with the keys, which feels wrong, to be honest. For me, when the emojis popped up, that's like a 5-second stomp. Really? Okay, so we're almost there, but like now the up and down doesn't work. That's not, that ain't right. Yeah, mouse event. Dot x equals mouse event dot x multiplied by the turn rate. I need to turn that into a variable because I've got to use it here as well. 0.02. Just make it the same as like... I think I might... It felt way better. Actually, it has to be like a different number. Feels like that's still faster. It's still better than what it was. You can offset it. And can you manipulate it to turn faster by doing both at the same time? That's a feature, not a bug. Just get better if you want to sprint and turn at the same speed. I guess like, how do you make it so that they're the same number? That's the question, because like this is sort of just a guess. Event.relative. And hey, Mr. Forgettable, you're back already. What should I add? What you should add to your game? Goose Fat? I don't know, bro. It's a weird game. I'm still live. I've got half an hour before bedtime. I'm still here. We're getting better with the sprint, but like, god damn, I'm kind of dumb, eh? I'm realizing that. Turn axis multiplied by 0.02. Okay, I need a variable for turn rate. Be an export variable. Sprint turn rate. Sprint turn rate is a float, and it's equal to 0.02 by default. I need a so lonely over here. It's like what, one viewer? You're on your own, Goose Fat. Twitch hates me for some reason. I was actually talking with my brother about that because he streams sometimes. There's 3 viewers, and like I was noticing that like the first 100 followers was really quick. But then nothing, and I didn't really change anything. But I don't know, like, what changed. Like, Twitch just, like, decided not to promote it, or, like, maybe I'm just not as entertaining as I was the first month. I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility, too, because when I was first doing it, it was exciting and new, so maybe, like, my attitude shifted a bit after it became, like, the norm. I don't know. Possible. It's a possibility. Okay, so you get 1 follower. Oh yeah, because you have like 1 million accounts. How often do you get banned from people's chats, Goose Fat? Rarely. I'm assuming that's what you meant to say. Turn axis, turn rate. Sprint turn rate. So I guess, right. So here's the problem. Like this number, we need to like somehow make the mouse turn rate and the input turn rate the same. I've got too many prints. What am I printing? Motion. Yeah, it's in motion here. It's 0.02. I need to like print out more stuff. Of course it's 0.02 because it's 1. How dumb do I need to be? I guess I just never worked with this stuff before. Right, it's a positive number. Was there game over? I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but I'm not gonna. Does that make sense? You know, you get that feeling. Turn axis, sprint turn rate. So that's 0.02. But then what does this look like? What's this number? Print orphan nodes? No, just print mouse event X. Good. And it's not doing what I thought it would. What's up with my code? I stopped coding for a month and a half. Now I have forgotten everything. Yeah, it is a bit like that. Whenever I come back to old projects, I'm like struggling. What is going on? Yeah, no, the sneeze feeling with no sneeze sucks. Just turn rate. Sprint turn rate. It's so low. And that. So that's the problem. The sprint turn rate is like a small enough number in the process because it's a 1, but event relative is not a 1. It's not a 1 number. That's the issue that we've got right now. So what else is there that we can grab? Event.relative is a much smaller. It's like the distance that has moved between the last one. So what does event relative look like? .x, because that's what we want. See how it's like way bigger, depending. What the heck? Times mouse sensitivity. I guess. I thought it would be like a smaller number than that. No wonder you have to multiply it by mouse sensitivity to make it go away. Life is just scary. Yeah, tell me about it. Thanks for demoing my game. Hey, Mr. Sparkle, hey. Your feedback and just watching other humans play my game means a lot. John, gotta go, but just wanted to say thanks. Hey, no worries, Mr. Sparkle. Anytime. You're always welcome here. I know, lonely. Life is really scary, Mr. Forgettable. It's so short, and then it's just over. Mouse event.x would be 1/10 of that, but I want event relative. Is this from mouse? Input event mouse motion. Pressure relative, screen relative. I just want a number like 1 or 2. Does that make sense? Screen relative. Unscaled mouse position relative to its previous position in the coordinate system of the screen of the last frame. Since input mouse motion is only emitted when the mouse moves, the last event won't have a relative position of 0, 0. When the user stops moving the mouse, the coordinate is not scaled according to the content scale factor or cause to X form, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's so scary that my tummy hurts. Yeah, I mean, it do be like that sometimes. Input mouse mode regardless of the... This should be preferred over relative for mouse aiming when using input mouse mode captured, regardless of the screen's project. I did not know that. Screen relative. That's fascinating. Over relative? Really? I've been teaching it wrong. That's what happens when you read the docs. Okay, note, relative is automatically scaled according to the content scale factor, which is defined by the project's stretch mode settings. This means mouse sensitivity will appear different depending on the resolution when using relative in a script that handles mouse aiming with input mouse mode captured mouse mode. To avoid this, use screen relative. You know what's more scary? Never mind. Coding. Coding is scary. Okay, that's a really interesting revelation. I've just been teaching everybody the wrong thing this entire time. Event.screenRelative. Interesting. Make a slide and see if it does anything. Make a slide to see if it does anything? What do you mean? Like a slide in the game world, or slide as in like a slider? You know what? You know what? You know what? This just needs to be. I've figured it out, guys. Instead of mouse event X, this just needs to be like the I'm so good sign. This function does anything I want it to do. Mouse, dude, I've got it. This is it. Mouse event dot X sign, and that'll just turn it into a 1 or a 0 or a whatever, and then I'll multiply it by the sprint turn rate, and it'll be exactly the same as the sprint turn rate. Dude, I'm so smart. Hell yeah, dude. Check this out. And now that'll feel exactly the same as this. Oh, you reached your daily data limit. No, dude. How do you get that daily data limit? I guess it's different where you are. I've got a monthly data limit. See you later, dude. Have a good one. Alright. We did it, boys. Now we have sprinting, and it feels good. I really like the way that feels. Just in terms of like being able to turn with the directional keys, and also like up and down is still the same, but the left and right is like limited. Greet the wife on my behalf. I will let her know that you said hi. Actually, she's pretty like, she doesn't like the internet that much. She's like very... So maybe I won't tell her that. Be like, people on the internet know about me? Awesome. Okay. Oh, that felt weird. Okay, I'm stoked with how this is feeling. This feels really good. Which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we just need to set up the weapon, and then consider a state machine for the camera, to be honest, because there's 3 different actions now, and I'm controlling them with a bull, and like maybe we don't need to do that. I don't know. It's kind of simple. We don't need one necessarily. Maybe that's something we can think about as we go on. What about sprint plus zoom? It's not possible. Although, so when I'm zoomed, it takes me out of that, right? It takes you to the sprint state. And when you're in the sprint state, you can't zoom. Damn. I'm actually really happy with how it's starting to look. Like, it looks legit. This is a bit snappy. I don't like this. There's a lot of snapping there. The reason for that, I can fix that. I know what to do. Check this out. Okay, so what we do is we go to the test character, because this controls all the animations. Well, it controls some things in the animation. We got arcade start stop, right? Actually, we need to set a target for the so we go target influence, which is a float, and it will be equal to 0. Can I eat the code? If I print it out on some paper, maybe I can fax it to you, and you can eat it then. I suppose. I don't care what you do with it after it's in your hands. Do you have a fax machine? I'll mail it to you. Send me your address. Target influence. If active, target influence equals 0. And if it equals to... Wait, hang on a second. Other way around. Target influence equals 0. If sprint is not active, then target influence is equal to 0. If active is true, then we are sprinting. Target influence is 1. Hey, wait, what? Oh, wait, we're passing in the negative. We want it to be active. If active, then 1. Yeah, okay. Can you, if it's spaghetti code? Oh, you're right. Hey. If it's spaghetti code, it's even better because it's like got that secret sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So now we have a target influence. We can target tween, I guess. We'll tween it. Equals what's the tween? And it's equal to get tree dot create tween, and then we can go target tween. Cannot find type tween. What the fuck? I guess it's got a capital T. Target tween dot tween property, and it's going to be hip IK dot influence. Oh no, sorry, that's the object. That is influence. I remember how to do this. Final variant is target influence. And the rate at what we do this is like, I guess, like 0.1 or something. 0.2 is the transition rate, so we do that. Be the same as all the others. Okay, so this should fix our problems. Much better. It's like sticky keys. I'm pressing shift a lot. There we go. Now we don't have snapping with the head when we turn it off. Maybe that's what looks weird when we're running. Like the head is rotated with the hips. Like the head should be straight ahead. Like I think I worked out what looks so strange about this. So let's come to this. See if we can have a look at this. Animation. Yo, Ali Mad. How you doing, dude? I haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome to the stream. We... What was I gonna say? You were... I saw you linked a stream the other day in the Discord, but I like didn't see it before. Like you'd gone offline before I was able to jump in. Been busy with my game jam. Did you host a game jam or are you entering a game jam? Dropping a lot of frames, I just realized. Is it a choppy stream? 10%. Okay. So, now we know. I'm hosting the Banana Game Jam. Oh, you know what? I think I remember you mentioning that. So, I was saying that I thought it was kind of interesting, the head. So, influence. See how the head is like forward? That's why I probably would get talking when I did the emojis. So watch this. See the head, like... I wonder... Let's go to... well, actually... Yeah. Run blend? Run forward. See how this looks? Like, it's kind of weird, right? And if we turn down the influence, the head is like tilted way off, right? This has got to do with this hip. Is its position like? So originally when I set this up, it was supposed to just control the up and down, not the actual like. So yeah, that's way off. Okay, so we can fix that. This probably. Three-second death. Speech to text not like me. Yeah, right. Okay, so the stream is a bit dodged today. Oh well. I should probably restart my computer every time I do it. Like go for a stream just to make sure everything's like clean and working properly. So I reckon. Yeah, look at the tilt on that. Blech. Override tip bases? Yeah, we definitely need to do that. Use magnet? No. Magnet? So, I wonder if there's a way, like, position, rotation order, top level visibility, where I can just say don't. Just don't. Yeah, okay, so I have to look at that. Maybe IK is not the best choice because it does weird things like this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the head, yeah, this is like fully scuffed because that actually looks like a good animation. This does not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think I can get that back because the hip, like even if it was centered here in the center, like it's rotating the spine, which rotates the head. You know what I'm saying? Like you always got that like twist up. Look at that. I guess you put like a counter Z rotation, but like, yeah, that helps a lot. But see, the problem is then if you go to the animation for idle, where is it? That looks weird. I mean, to be honest, maybe possible. Very crouched down, very like issues. And so when I did what I was trying to do, like this has to come up. Like the Z needs to change. Yeah, I need to look at this. Like maybe this isn't the way. And all this changes when you rotate like this. So like, break his back, pretty easy. Oop. Now he's just upside down. I need to look at a different way to do this. Because this ain't right, bro. It works pretty well, but like not 100%. And obviously, it looks weird when you run. Like at the end of the day, like it looks great when I'm aiming like this. This is fine. But the running is just like, compared to the actual animation that I've got, not good. Okay, add that to a list of things to look at improving. But today we are, the music's really up, we're ending. So guys, it's been good hanging out. Sunday streams are a bit quiet. I don't normally do them. I was meant to stream on Saturday, but I decided to do it today. You're hanging out. That's awesome. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe. There's not that many. Anyone watching is probably already subscribed, so it's all good. Shout out to the patrons: Jips, Holly Hazard, Color Pants, Rap, Big Green, Nike, Jai, Spooky T, YGG, Skullmonger, Mr. Sparkle, and All Yeah Dude. Thank you for supporting me. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back on regular schedule Monday, Wednesday, and then Saturday again. as long as Saturday's not crazy. Weekends have been going off lately. So like maybe it'll have to be Sunday, because Sundays are always quiet, you know? Saturdays are for the boys, not really. Saturdays aren't for the boys, Saturdays for the lady. Do stuff with my wife. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.